Hello there, welcome once again to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you 9 phrases that you can use to give a piece of advice, either to a friend or maybe to a stranger. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you these phrases right away, just displayed on the board with examples. Okay, now I'm going to be starting with number 1, which is the first phrase. Okay, number 1 is if I were you. If I were you, written in red. Actually, this phrase could be used for those that are very close to you. Okay, for example, your close friends. Okay, it's not too formal to say if I were you to a total stranger. Okay, it may sound rude. Okay, so I advise you to use this first phrase for a friend. Okay, if I were you, I'd wait. Okay, number 2 is I think you should. I think you should. I think you should. Okay, this is actually very formal. I think you should see a doctor. Let me come this way so you can see the board. So number 2 is I think you should. I think you should see a doctor. Number 3 is the phrase ought to. Ought to. It's kind of similar to number 3. Okay, it's also very formal, not like number 1. Ought to visit a professional. Ought to visit a professional. Okay, number 4 is why don't you? Why don't you? Okay, why don't you ask Tom for help? Why don't you ask Tom for help? Okay, that's number 4. Number 4 is also used for people close to you. Okay, you have a very good relationship with that person. You can use this phrase, why don't you? Why don't you ask Tom for help? And number 5, why not tell Phoebe? Number 5 and number 4 are very similar. Okay, and you can use 4 and 5, okay, for your close friends. So let's move over right now to number 6 down to number 9. Number 6, okay. Now, number six phrase is could you maybe, okay. That's a way to give a piece of advice to someone, okay. This is very polite. I really like it because it's very polite. Could you maybe ask for a payoff? Could you maybe ask for a payoff? Okay. Number 7, okay, number 7 phrase is if you want my advice, okay, then do what I say. If you want my advice, then do what I say. Okay, this could also be used for someone who is very close to you, like your friend. Okay. Number 8 is if you want to know what I think, I'd say it's better to tell him. If you want to know what I think, starting a piece of advice with this is very great. If you want to know what I think, I'd say it's better to tell him. Okay? Number 9, which is the last for today on how to give a piece of advice, is I'd advise you to sell it now. I'd advise you to sell it now. Okay? So these are the 9 phrases that you could use to give a piece of advice to someone. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up by hitting on the like button below. I'm gonna say goodbye and see you next time. Peace.